Ladies and gentlemen, let me acknowledge that we are meeting at Nagaland. This land was and will remain an Aboriginal land. I am standing here as a human being. As a human being witnessing a slow, deliberate tragedy with teary eyes, broken heart, but refusing to stay silent. We all refuse to stay silent. Right now in Gaza, over 2.2 million Palestinians are experiencing genocide. Women, children, elderly are facing catastrophic levels of hunger. Gaza is experiencing one of the worst man-made famines of our time. Children have died of starvation. Let me say that again. Children are starving to death in 2025. They are starving to death, and it's 2025. We don't say it started on October 7. There were decades, over 70 years of displacement, occupation, humiliation, colonization, and blockade. They were suffering long before October 7. Gaza was already described as the world's largest open-air prison before that day. And since then, it has become something far worse, a graveyard for children. More than 18,000 children killed. That's like wiping out the entire student body of some campuses. Many children killed in the Gaza genocide have been shot in the head or chest. This is even reported by biased media outlets like BBC. As per UNICEF, in total more than 50,000 children have been reportedly injured or killed since October 2023. There are a large number of disabled children. There are bodies under the rubble. There are children without any family member. Imagine a child without a family member, all killed by an occupying force. And in total, over 60,000 deaths, overwhelming women, children, and the elderly. It is being allowed by the impunity that Israel is guaranteed by its Western armor and enablers. Israel is given a lesson for decades of settler colonial violence by the Western powers, and there is silence. There is silence by them who empowered Israel. They lack dignity, conscience, and above all, they lack humanity. Can any cause, any trauma, any political rationale defend the starvation of 2 million people? Can we as human beings witness the systematic denial of food, water, medicine, even hope, and say nothing? To remain silent in the face of this is not neutrality, it is complicity. We will not stay silent. We have gathered and protested over weeks, over months, and will continue. We will continue till we win. I am proud to say that the students have never been silent in the face of injustice. They never have been. In the 60s, it was students who risked their safety to sit at the segregated lunch counter in the American South. The Student Nonviolent Coordination Committee helped dismantle Jim Crow. They were called radicals then. They are called now heroes. They are called now heroes. In the 70s and 80s, students across the world stood up to apartheid. They organized campaigns, sit-ins. Universities were forced to divest from companies profiting off apartheid. Those students were told they were being too political. They were being too disruptive. But the history vindicated them. Now, we call them heroes. And now in 2024 and 25, we are seeing that the same spirit rise again. We see students standing against Israeli barbarism, cruelty, starvation, genocide, where the states prefer silence. Students prefer to protest against Zionism, a political entity, and Israel, a nation state. It is not anti-Semitism. Being pro-Palestine is not being anti-anyone. It is being pro-justice. It's against colonization. It's about saying that a child in Gaza deserves food. A child deserves water and freedom just as much as a child anywhere else. And all over the world, thousands of students build Gaza solitary encampment. Students inspired over 100 campuses globally to rise up. We are proud of Curtin students who slept in tents for weeks, faced pressure, suspensions, and crackdown just for demanding, as other universities, that their school cut ties with companies profiting from the occupation and war. We demand no more complicity, no more silence. Alongside the genocide, Israel has targeted educational institutions and teachers. As a result of the relentless bombing campaign, there are no more universities left in Gaza. If you are a teacher or a health worker in Gaza, you have a 2.4 times higher likelihood of being killed. This is not a war. It's a massacre. It's a genocide. These are the target killing. Remember, it's a massacre. It's a genocide. And remember, history doesn't remember those who stayed neutral. It remembers those who had the courage to choose justice, even when it was unpopular. And students, as students and academics, we demand our university divest from weapon manufacturers and Israeli apartheid. We refuse to let our money and expertise fund genocide. We refuse silence. We refuse neutrality. In the times of moral crisis, neutrality is a choice for the oppressor. We will not be silent. This is our moment of moral crisis. Years from now, we will be asked, what did you do when Gaza starved? When children screamed under rubble? When Palestinian people cried for justice? What did you do? And I hope we will be able to say, we stood up, we resisted, we choose the right side of the history. Because the right side of the history, it starts with you, it starts with me, it starts with us. Free, free Palestine, free, free Palestine, free, free Palestine. Thank you.